Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of PSVG. We are back, and we are playing with power. No, that's not it. This is the most horse-powerful podcast on the internet. No, that's not it either. Wait no longer. Greatness has arrived. No, that's whatever. It's Friday night. We're live over on twitch.tv/PSVG. It is I, your host, Kevin. With me tonight is the big boss man himself, fresh off a nap, Donnie. Hello, sir.
Greetings, Googlings. I'm here.
That voice is like at least a few decibels deeper, you know.
Greetings, Googlings. And also that other voice, in case you couldn't tell, is the Nintendo hot off the Delvin Cox experience. Caro, how we doing?
I guess I got to start using it and come to game with the dame. Because Donnie gave me grief about it yesterday for dropping it. He said it was lame. So yeah,
that you gave up on it.
Lame to not game with the dame.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave that right there as it is. I will say my favorite part of your appearance on Delvin Cox's show is how you declared Donnie to be the queen of PSVG, though. And that you were merely the princess.
I said he was the prima donna.
Well, you said queen first, and then you said prima donna. Those words were there. I can clip the sounds if need be.
Yeah.
That might be my new notification tone every time Donnie texts me now.
Oh, God.
But,
I just we should give him like a Princess Peach wig.
Oh God, Halloween stream. There you go, Donnie.
I'll do like the rabbits. I'll do the Princess Rabbits.
Yes.
I would be proud to be the Rabbit Peach of PSVG. She's the star. She's the highlight.
And speaking of highlights, let's say thank you to all of our amazing Patreon supporters out there. Thank you guys so much. We, of course, have our platinum executive producers, Corey Hicks, over at twitch.tv/chicks_18. Mr. Mark Moody over at youtube.com/outoflives. Thank you guys so much for your generosity. Then we have our gold executive producers, Mike BC and Panache Malloy. Thank you, thank you. And then last but certainly not the least, our executive producers, Tony Hutchinson, Donnie Reese, who's on this podcast, coincidentally, Stephen Iafredi, Joey Splats, Carol Underwood, who's also on this podcast, coincidentally, Dante Bellini Jr., Jared Goat TA, Dude427, Kevin Austin. Hey, I'm on this podcast too. Josh Blood Borboni, Tammy Ryan, Robert Miller, Tim Ulf, Martini Jean, David Ray, and Jesse Armstrong. Thank you all so much for supporting us. And even if you can't support us or don't support us, we thank you for just tuning in and listening. But breaking news. If you're watching now on Twitch, you're going to get the first hear about it. If you're listening on the podcast, this might have been announced the day before over on our Patreon newsletter. But hey, Donnie, I think we have a little announcement to make as far as a new Patreon goal being set. And you're muted, so people can't understand what you're saying. Donnie's lip syncing.
Some news, man. Some news.
Ooh, we're kicking it off right from the start. Wow.
You killed it.
Yes, patreon.com/makeusbetter, featuring a new tier, Make PSVG Better. So I'm not exactly sure where we are now, but when we thought of this, we were at like $365 a month. So I think we're somewhere around there as a team. And we have come to the agreement that if we could get the Patreon to the $400 a month tier, if we could reach that goal, that PSVG shows would get their own show feeds. Now, those show feeds would be for the weekly shows. So we would go separate channel feeds for PSVG, PSVG OT, The Nintendo Shack, Bored with Video Games, and anyone else.
That's it.
Thanks.
For now.
For now, yes, for now. And other shows may, if they start going weekly on a regular basis, they would get their own feeds as well. Now, that it increases our podcasting hosting fees quite a bit, almost by triple, which is why we set the goal. But if we can get there as a team, we're going to launch them out as separate show feeds. So if you have your favorite show, and that's the one you particularly want to listen to, you'll be able to do that. You can just go type Nintendo Shack or Bored with Video Games, and you can listen and subscribe to those separately. It would also make us much easier to find, because we could have different show channel keywords like Nintendo or like board games. That type of stuff would be a lot easier. We could actually classify OT in like different categories that's not video games. That type of stuff would really make finding PSVG a lot better. So there's a lot of different benefits to this tier, and I think mostly the team we're really excited about this possibility. We would still keep the master feed. So I'm kind of taking this approach like IGN. IGN actually has the IGN podcast feed where all of their podcasts are published. We'll still keep the feed that we have today. So if you love the way it works today and you've been with us from the start and you like that idea, that'll always stay there. In case the Patreon or whatever changes in the future, Donnie quits, whatever happens, something like that, we'll still have the master feed that we can always fall back to. But we'll start spinning off satellite feeds for all the different shows. And in my mind, we would unroll them out, maybe like one a week at a time. And what I would like to do is I would like to do it the right way. And I would like to download all the episodes and set up an archive and category and load them and launch them all individually. So every show gets a little spotlight, on the iTunes shop, the new and featured show for this week. We could, jump those rankings at least for 7 days or so and get everybody, some little eyes on. So we could have like just a month of PSVG as we roll out the shows one at a time. It'd be a lot of work. I'd need some help there. Like we have to download all the old shows and all the old notes and set them all up. But I'm very excited. So make PSVG better. Patreon powered by Sean Capri. This is kind of the whole premise, the sentimental premise of what Make Us Better is about. We come together, we partner up as a collection of these podcasts, these creators, and we use the funding to make us better, to do things that we couldn't do other way. And this is definitely the thing that we could do. PSVG Podcast Network could become a real podcast network, like an IGN, like The Ringer, like something like that. So I'm very excited. I hope we do it. So that Patreon tier should be going up. Hopefully by the time you're hearing this, it should be already live now. And if it's not live now, it will be within a matter of days. And then we'll begin to promote it. So tell your friends, if you love Bored with Video Games and you wish you could just listen to Bored with Video Games, or you wish you could tell others and it'd be easier to find them, that hopefully is coming soon. If we can just get just a little more funding on the Patreon, if we could just bump it up just a little bit. It shouldn't. I'm scared, Kevin. I'm a little,
yeah, me too.
I'm a little afraid that it's just met with deaf ears, and it's just like, no.
Yeah.
Can we pay you to stop making podcasts? We'll give you.
Yeah, right. If you could actually just cut back on how many shows you guys do, that'd be great. No. So you hear that, Delvin Cox? You're always talking about how great we are and how humble we are, and we like to think that we are. But this is us taking a risk here. Kind of saying like, hey, we will be the new Patreon goal. We're going to focus on this and making it better. But like you said, the ultimate goal for all of this is not making more money. We've made that clear from the start. This is all about getting more eyes and ears on our content. And if you love Nintendo Shack, or you love, as Donnie said, Bored Video Games, and you want to just pitch that one show to somebody that might really appreciate that, or the great stories that Coach Mo and Dev tell, the life lessons and stuff like that, you can pitch that one show to somebody and get them hooked. So if you're a Patreon supporter, thank you so much for your support. Maybe encourage somebody else to support, or if you support us and want to just throw a couple more bucks at us reaching that goal there, we greatly appreciate it. And ultimately, it's just going to help grow that audience and make this amazing community we already have even bigger, even better, and more banded together. So that's really the goal there with that. So if you're listening, you get the first news on that. So thank you all. And look for that to happen. And if it's not up there on patreon.com/makeusbetter, you can tweet directly at Sean Capri until he decides to do it. Just keep tweeting at him and bug him all hours of the day would be great. Maybe some tweet bots, and make him do it. So anyway, let's get on with the show then. Let's do what we're here to do, guys. And let's talk about video games. So first, I know you guys did Nintendo Shack last night, so Carol probably doesn't have any real updates here as to what she's been playing, but she might, who knows. And then Donnie can talk about things maybe he's playing that's not on Nintendo for once. So Carol, let's start to you first. What have you been playing? What have you been up to?
Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. The bomb.
So now you've been streaming it over at twitch.tv/the Nintendo.
Yes,
we all know that. I want your honest opinion now. Now you're not Twitch streaming right now. Do you actually like this game? Is it resonating with you, or is it something like you're just like, I dig it, it's okay, I get it,
Today when I was at work, Dusk, who I watch his stream and he streams with me and stuff like that. Ted, thank you for the bits, dude.
Hey,
appreciate it, man. This whole day he was streaming and I was just kind of checking on it in the middle of work, and I'm just like, I just wish I could get off work and play Monster Hunter right now. I just like it's taken hold that quickly. It's a foraging, build your armor, better yourself, progress through quests, get good type thing, where you see the fruits of your labor when you fight these things and you build up your materials and you get better equipment and better armor. And it's just the kind of, I can't believe I haven't gotten into the series sooner. Like that's just the thing. My excuse used to be, well, I don't want to hurt the animals, you know, I don't like hurting the monsters. And there's some herbivores that you do have to hurt for
you're not beating up kittens.
Missions.
It's not like that.
I know, but you do have kittens as partners, and sometimes they get hurt, and that upsets me.
No.
Yeah. So but the actual monsters that you're fighting are just disgusting. Like most of them are dragon-esh, you know. But there was this one that I was watching today, and it literally has a mouth like a lamprey, right? And there's no eyes. It's just got a mouth like a lamprey, and it's just kind of like this neck with a dragon's wings and body and stuff. Except it just like its neck elongates, and it's very phallic. Actually, it's just really not nice to look at. And that thing I am not excited about fighting. Dusk was fighting it, and I was like, that is nightmare fuel, and you should just burn it immediately. And like that kind of stuff I'm not looking forward to. But as for the series and the game and the mechanics and stuff that go into it, I'm like, oh my God, why haven't I played this sooner? You know, it's just one of those things that everybody's been kind of playing, and they've been mentioning it to me, and everybody, like so many of my friends have been playing this. Yeah, I just can't believe I haven't gotten into it. Other than that, I'm playing The Little Mermaid on Magic Kingdom's event. Finally, my favorite Disney movie ever has finally come to Magic Kingdoms after 3 years almost. So
yeah,
we were talking about that before.
Yeah, we were playing about that. We were talking about that offline.
Yeah.
Shout outs real quick. Sean Capri, Ted, and Turbo Jesse all in the chat. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us tonight, this evening. So just wanted to shout you guys out real quick. I guess I'll go next here. So I got a couple things to catch you guys up on. Number one, I'm still playing Halo on Xbox. Still been streaming that one way or another. I think I actually have to export one to Mixer because somebody else was streaming at the same time on Twitch. So still enjoying it. I do like it. Still trying to get used to these controls. As far as my shooting, I'm throwing less grenades by accident now. So I'm getting the hang of it there. I still don't like the click to aim thing, but I'm having fun with it, so I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to continue playing that. On the Switch side, still been playing South Park, Fractured But Whole. It was so funny. It's so much fun. Like, and I don't get, like, I'm not a South Park fan. I haven't been in a long time at least, but this game is just a lot of fun. And the sale price I grabbed it on certainly was a plus there for me. Fortnite, of course, you've been playing that, but big news for me, wrapped up God of War finally on PS4. That game was
really good,
fantastical. That was so good. And like I said, the first quarter of it, I would say I was like, okay, I like this, but I'm not in love with this. And then you hit a certain part in the story, which everybody has said, all of a sudden that's what gets you hooked. And what was that?
Was it Alfheim? Like when you go to the yeah. Once you get there, you're like, oh.
Yep. And that's the moment where like the game just opens up and you're like, man, I love this. And I will probably go back and do some of the post game stuff you can do. The Valkyries, man, those things are ridiculous. I probably will not go and hunt all those down because those are just insane. But I might check out the other realms you couldn't access during the game. Now you can get to. Okay. That's fair. I ran into one, fluttered a few times. I was like, yeah, no, let me just wrap this game up because I had to finish God of War because, as we all know, Spider-Man is upon us. I got it digitally so I could play it first thing this morning. So 6 a.m. I was up and I was streaming Spider-Man. Only got to play the first 30, 40 minutes or so because we're recording back-to-back shows tonight. I haven't been able to play, but man, is it good. Donnie, I know you're trying to hold off, man. This is one I think you'd actually like so far. I mean, I want to play it more before I give the judgment here, but it's so good. It just looks good. Yeah, it looks great. The movement is great. The voice acting is top notch. Like that's the biggest thing. Like, it's like you're watching a CGI movie, even though you're playing it. So really, really good. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers whatsoever, but I played the first 30 minutes. It's up there on the YouTube. You can watch it if you want. Really doesn't spoil anything because not really even spoilers. Every single trailer showed the fact that Kingpin is in the game, and it's you and Kingpin. That's all there is. It doesn't give away anything. But yeah, I'm so excited. I literally did not want to go to work today. I was like, if I call it sick, could I play? And then I realized my wife was babysitting all day, and there'd be like 6 kids in my house. I'm like, I wouldn't be able to play if I was home anyway. So I guess I'm going to work. But yeah, I had that moment that I was like, I just want to play Spider-Man. But yeah, so good, so good. Anyway, Donnie, what have you been playing that's not on the Switch since you can finally talk non-Nintendo stuff?
Yeah, man, that Spider-Man is the FOMO is killing me.
I don't know. I seriously think that will be Game of the Year. Like, and that's a Nintendo girl talking, right? I think that Spider-Man is probably going to be Game of the Year.
It looks really good. That whole infamous open world Arkham vibe. I'm just like, I want to play it so much. Yeah. But I placed my bet, and my bet is with Tomb Raider.
Sure.
So I'll be playing Tomb Raider. I'm trying to stay true to the plan. I will get
Spider-Man. Yeah, if you can make it to when it comes out and you have something else to play, I think you'll be fine. But if you're in this lull right now, which I was, once I wrapped up God of War, I'm like, I don't have anything to play on PlayStation. Or, Xbox, I'm just playing the old stuff right now. So it was like the temptation was much more there. If you can last until then, you'll be fine because especially between Game Share, we got a lot coming our way for Xbox for the rest of the year. So if you can get to that point, you'll be fine. But it's getting to that point for you.
Yeah. I've been playing some games. I played a little Forza. I played a little of that, what's that free game, the Graveyard Keeper thing?
Yes, I played that a bit too. I streamed a little bit of it too.
Yeah, I played a little bit of that. Not my kind of game, so I'm glad I never really dove into that or anything. But yeah, it's cool.
That's my kind of game, dude.
It's cool that's
I will say, Carol, it's not. So I played, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half of it. I liked it, and I like Stardew. I get what it's doing. It's not as good as Stardew, even though the premise is cool. It's just its execution is not there, and even on the Xbox, I was having lag, just moving. So I'm like on the Switch, I'm really scared about that when it hits Switch. Yep. So
I think they need to work out the kinks. It's being patched. I think I heard that it was like patched every day since the day that it came out for like a week, something like that. But
so it's a little rough
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Sean Capri said he'll be streaming Shadow of the Tomb Raider on Tuesday night over at twitch.tv/Sean Capri.
Because I didn't know it was
that soon.
I'll probably be doing the same because I'm playing Rise of the Tomb Raider now. And,
yes, I saw that.
Like seriously playing it actually, because I dabbled with it when it came to Game Pass or when it was enhanced or something. I don't know. I don't remember now. But I played like the first like little tomb, and I was like, that's cool. It's kind of Uncharted. And now that I'm actually into the game and I'm through like the Soviet installation and through like the mountain Snow Peak area, and I just started the it's like an underwater labyrinth and whatnot. It's really good. It's like I was talking to Devin earlier in the chat. It's very Last of Us-ish mechanically. Mm-hmm. With a Tomb Raider, you're sneaking in and out of bushes, you're throwing bottles, you're throwing things to distract people, you sneak up behind them, you've got a bow. Like, it's very kind of in that vein. The story's not nearly as good, but mechanically it's really good. And so I've been playing that, and I beat BioShock Infinite.
Yes.
To completion. Finally beat that game.
Such a good game.
It is such a good game.
I predicted it.
Yeah, man, it is beyond amazing.
What did you think about it? I think gorgeous. Like this game's been out so many years that there's no spoilers anymore.
Yeah.
I think it came out when I was in college.
Yeah, I mean it's been out a while. It was like last gen game, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering how much different my experience was playing the remastered version versus everybody else on the original version. I have no idea.
Well, the original version played really well. Like it wasn't like as clunky as the BioShock 1 and 2 was, even though I like those. I admit that they were clunky. This one felt very different from the get-go.
I played mine on PC and it was pretty flawless.
So it's super pretty. It ran, flawless. I was making fun of, because Board with Video Games talked about it, and Kevin, you talked about PSVG last week about your Halo controls and how you didn't like it, and basically the BioShock has the exact same controls. There's a click to zoom. There's the left trigger throw stuff, just like Halo. It's basically the exact same thing. So I thought that was funny because you were like, I can't go back to this old stuff. Totally love BioShock. It's like the same thing.
That was a long time ago, but yeah, because I have the remaster, but I haven't played it remastered. I played it back when it was on PS3. Never went back to revisit it, and if I recall, I don't remember why. I don't know if something else was coming out around the same time. I tore through BioShock Infinite. Like, I just streamlined that game. So I don't think I really explored or took my time with it. So I don't think the controls got to me that much because, like, I'm just beating this game. Like, I just got to go. So, yeah.
I definitely, BioShock definitely kind of reminded me, because I feel like it's been a while, maybe since God of War, how much I enjoy that kind of formula of go into the environment, canvas the entire thing, break all the boxes, lift all the pots, turn over all the rocks, beat all the enemies, go to the next waypoint, and do it again.
Yep.
I really love that kind of game. Like that's that's really my thing. Like Zelda, that's kind of like what I like doing with games. And jumping from it to Tomb Raider, I was just like, yes, I really love this. I kind of forgot how much I love this. This is like what I like doing. BioShock, the story was fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, really good. All of the commentary, the symbology is deep. There's a lot of rich storytelling, a lot of rich characters, and a lot of things that you can pull from it. A lot of things you can discuss. There's a lot of open-endedness that you can really kind of take your own path with it. I beat it basically while I was sick. So while I was sick last week, and I was off work, so it was like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I just plowed through that game. That's what I did while I was sick. I sat on the couch, covered in a blanket, and I beat that game. And I'm happy I did. You're right, Kevin. I don't know why. I mean, I know why. I never played it because I never beat 2. I beat the first one and really liked it. Started playing the second one, didn't like it as much as the first. So I never played the third, and I gave up on the second one. I never finished.
Yeah, even though they're not really like 1 and 2 are much more related than 3 is by far.
Yeah, you can play
Infinite
3 without playing 2, basically. Or at least
totally.
I never felt out of touch. Anyway,
it makes references, but it's never anything that like you're not getting anything extra by playing 2 before you play Infinite. To be honest, you're right.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing. Playing Halo: The Master Chief Collection, as you mentioned last week. I've been playing that. I am almost done with Halo 3. Which is where I kind of left off. So I just kind of picked up where I left off, and I think I'm in the last chapter.
You've been going in
chapter.
order?
I'm sorry?
You've been going in order?
Yeah. So when I got the Master Chief Collection, when I first got my Xbox, I played Halo 1 and 2 because I never did. So I beat Halos 1 and 2, and now that they updated everything, I went back in and started playing 3. 3's really fun. So I'm playing that, and I think I might, or at least I told Lobo, because we can co-op it, I might wait for some of you guys to play 4. If you want to play 4, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you want to.
I'm going to make my way through the whole series. I plan on doing it as long. But see, once again, I'm going to run into the same issue that you're talking about now, is that we got all these games coming out.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure when I'm going to get to it, but I do want to. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff getting in the way soon.
So we could co-op 4 and just plow through 4 if you want. I don't mind waiting.
That's
true. Halo 3 is really good. I got through the swarm part, which is awesome because it goes in this very like horror-esque part of the game where like everything gets real dark and it's kind of brooding. So I like that. It's pretty neat. But yeah, that's about it. Just a bunch of Xbox stuff. Looking forward to, like I said, Tomb Raider. Can't wait for Tomb Raider and then Forza at the end of the month. Super excited. Yeah,
that's true. All right, so we didn't get any questions this week. We kind of put out a last-minute call to arms there. Kind of forgot about to do it early in the week, so no big deal there. But if you ever want to ask us a question, tweet to us at PSVG or let us know in the Discord. We're always looking for more content there. So that being said, it's time to dive into the news of the week. So the first thing is kind of you guys talked a little bit about it on Shaq. The events that led to the Switch Nintendo Direct being delayed seem to have caused some weird announcements to kind of come out now out of the blue, as if the game developers couldn't really wait, even though this Direct is still coming.
I understand if you've got all this marketing and you've got web pages, everything's probably done in advance of the Direct.
Right, and set to unleash it a certain time, and they just didn't go back.
Yeah. So number one, we talked about it last night, was the Mega Man 11 demo on Switch is available yesterday, which most likely was going to be like, and it's out now on the Direct, which is fine. That I don't think is like a huge mind-blowing moment. Like, oh my God, there's a demo for a game that most people probably won't be able to beat anyway because it's Mega Man. It is what it is. That's fine.
Makes me wonder how much they're going to have to go back and edit this Direct.
That's what I'm thinking. I think we're going to see. I know you guys said we should probably expect to see it early next week, which I think Nintendo wants to get it done as soon as possible. I think that's a given, based after this event. But I do think they're going to have to do some editing here, which makes me wonder how soon we're really going to get it.
Yeah,
is it going to be early in the week, or is it going to be like another week out? Right. That's what I'm thinking. If they have to do a lot of editing, it's going to be another week, I would say, unless they just keep it that, hey, this Mega Man demo is available now. It's already available. Like, you can kind of keep that announcement anyway, even though people would know it at this point. So I kind of need to temper my expectations for how much editing may be done here, because they do want to get it out timely, but they may have to edit it if they don't. Anyway, there. The other announcement that that came out kind of this morning was 2K Games says, "Hey, Civilization's coming to Switch on November 16th."
Yeah.
So 2 months from now, Civilization's going to show up on the Switch.
You didn't see that?
Wait. No, I didn't see that.
Civ 6. Civ 6 is coming to Switch November.
Oh my God, Brian's gonna have a cow. That's all he plays.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there was no press release. We didn't get any press release in our mailbox. There was no social media tweets or announcements. It was just a listing on the Civ's website.
There was a webpage that's set up with a video that's been taken down. It's now been 404'd aired out.
Yep.
I mean, I love 6. Kevin, when I first saw this news, I totally thought it was a port of the 360 game.
That's what I thought.
Because they showed like the picture of like the animated characters in the trailer. And I was like, oh, it's totally a port. That's cool. I didn't like that game. And then like when I went to the site and looked, I was like, oh, no, it's the new Civilization. Which, by the way...
Is it coming with all the DLC?
To temper expectations, it is also on iPad. And I would very much be expecting the Switch to be an adaptation of the iPad version.
It does have some of the add-ons, Carol, to answer your question, but not all of them.
Yeah.
I brought the Civ Master here. He can't hear anybody, but Civ 6 is coming to Switch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, exciting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, breaking news to Carol and Brian then there.
Yeah, I had no idea.
In the announcement that they put out, I didn't see that it was coming to other consoles. There was no mention of it coming to PS4 Xbox that I could find. It looks like it might be exclusive, or at least timed.
Timed exclusive. Yeah, that would make sense. Or like you said, if it's really going to be kind of a port or an updated port of the iPad version, then it makes more sense and probably easier to translate to the Switch than it is to some of these other consoles.
Also, I read and I posted in our Discord, I posted a review that IGN did for the iPad version just because I've never played it. I only played it, so it's actually really good. They give it 9.7. Yeah. So apparently it runs really well and it's really good, and that kind of has me excited. If it is, and like if it reviews well, because my first thing that I thought of was, oh god, it's going to perform. I thought of two things. I was like, performance is going to be awful, and then the second thing I thought of is maybe this is going to be like a Monopoly, like ripped down, cartoony version of the Civ that I really want. If it's neither of those things, if it runs well and it's the actual game, I'm totally down to play Civ. I'll buy Civ immediately. Absolutely.
Civ 6 is fantastic. That's all Brian and I played the winter that it came out, that Christmas and stuff. And he's got the new DLC and he's been playing through that. And it's a fantastic replayable game. I mean, it's just wonderful.
Yeah. So, and then the last announcement too, which you talked about last night as well, was Final Fantasy Pocket Edition would be coming. So the episodic game was already released. It's already been out in iOS and Android. Windows 10 version has already been out. But now it's coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch soon.
Soon.
Just soon. We don't know what that means. Right. Instead of a free-to-play first episode with microtransactions for the other ones, as that was the model for Windows and for iOS and Android, the console version of Pocket will just be a one-time payment of $30. It's basically a shrunken-down, chibi animation-style version of Square Enix's RPG. It's kind of more of a bridge thing, focusing more on just the story of these characters instead of the big, giant, massive boss fights and everything else that you got with the regular Final Fantasy Edition. Donnie and I talked about this a lot last year's E3, and then now we find at this point I don't even care anymore. You said you don't even care anymore. It's
I played the big version on X for about an hour. I think me and Mo are in the same thing. Played it for about an hour and I was like, nope, I don't like this, and I turned it off and I never played it again.
Yep. And I was fighting saying like we'll only get the Pocket Edition. We'll never see the regular Final Fantasy on Switch, which in all fairness we're still not, but we're getting that Pocket Edition that nobody cared about. But we'll see.
I think if you pre-order, the game is $17.99 on Xbox and PlayStation 4.
Yes, there's a discount for there too.
At that price,
Benji's in the chat. Hi, Benji. Benji asked, it's not free.
It's not
free.
No,
Benji, it is not free.
At that price, I'd be interested in trying it. I did watch, I watched the trailer. It looks like a chibi RPG. If the story's good, which I imagine the story's good,
Well, it's the same story, so if you already played it.
Well, I didn't play. I only played for an hour, but you remember that episode where we just argued about it. I told you I'd like the condensed version. Like, let me just get the story without the 100 hours.
I do think it's a miss, though, that they're not going to do the first episode free to play, because I think this is going to be a tough sell for some people. Because you look at it now, so the Pocket Edition's coming out, $30 unless you pre-order, like you said, or pre-purchase.
And we don't know if that's going to come to Switch. We don't know if that discount's coming to Switch.
Right, but even if it doesn't, you can get the full Final Fantasy game for less than that right now. Yeah. So I'm like, you're going to pay more for the Pocket version of this game. But like you said, if you're just interested in the story, this might be the alternative. But either way, all these announcements were probably supposed to be mentioned in some way, shape, or form during this direct that have now leaked out ahead of time there. So I just want to kind of note there that we're not sure if that's going to be the case there too. And then the Yoshi Crafting World is the name that leaked out, which
one thing we didn't talk about last night is how much do you expect Labo to be a part of that now? Knowing that it's Yoshi Crafted World.
I think if they do Labo with it, it'll be like an added function, much like, hey, you can use a car in Mario Kart, but it's not actually going to matter.
Imagine them releasing a Labo with it where you create your own cardboard Yoshi?
That would be cool, but how would you play with that? That's my only thing. Like, yeah, you can
maybe it comes with an Amiibo NFC chip that you can put on it.
But the Labo needs a controller to use it, yet the chip reader would be on the controller.
I was just thinking it could be like a set, like an Amiibo, like a little.
Yeah, like you create your own Amiibo out of cardboard. They stick the NFC chip in like.
Okay, so see, then it's not really Labo. You're just making a cardboard thing because Labo needs the Joy-Cons to function.
Well, maybe there can be some functionality with the Joy-Cons. Maybe you can stick the Yoshi on the Joy-Con and it moves or something.
There will be no sticking a Joy-Con up Yoshi. That's just not right.
You can make it his tongue. Come on. You don't have to be so grotesque.
Either way, I'm excited for Yoshi. I've been excited for Yoshi. I love Woolly World, so I'm all for whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm
just giving me.
I want more chill, take your time, relax, play the game, platformers.
Find the secret.
Kick your teeth. This is super hard. Come play the super hard retro game. Yeah, so I'm down for Yoshi.
Yeah.
Find the secret.
Loving some Yoshi.
Fair enough. So I'm going to steal a little bit of board of video game news here because I don't think they're going to talk about this one. But Monopoly is a board game that regularly ends with you cussing out your entire family.
Yeah.
So in the upcoming Fortnite edition of Monopoly,
I saw that.
What?
You'll be able to take them out one by one and see the last person standing. So
that's quite an honor, is it not?
I think so. Because you look at Monopoly, so they have the Gamer Edition, which has all Nintendo franchises. We've seen Legend of Zelda Monopoly. We've seen Nintendo Monopoly in the past that was not the Gamer Edition because I think I still have it, but I have that. Not a lot of what's the word I'm thinking of? Like properties.
Prestigious.
A lot of properties get ported to Monopoly. We see that a lot, like Big Bang Theory Monopoly, Walking Dead Monopoly. But not a lot of video games have gotten that official translation here. And this one is. And they're even replacing Boardwalk with Tilted Towers. So all the properties obviously are named after the different parts of the map in Fortnite. So it's a neat little thing. There's tons of different characters you can be instead of the little tokens. They're actually the different skins that have been throughout Fortnite there. So it posted up on the UK website for pre-order, was immediately taken down shortly thereafter, but obviously got out there. But yeah, just kind of fun for anybody that likes Fortnite and want to play a board game of it. This is probably the closest you're going to get to it.
And that's prestigious.
And unlike Fortnite, this will not be free to play. You will need to buy the game. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's prestigious. I'm thinking, I know there's like a Halo Monopoly, there's Zelda Monopoly, Mario Monopoly, there's I think Pokemon Monopoly.
Yep, I think I've seen that.
So I mean, to be included in that class of stuff, that's good. Good for them. It's a big honor.
Yeah, Fortnite fever just continues to go through. So let's see what else we got here for news. The Witcher Netflix series. So the news came out that Henry Cavill was going to be cast as Geralt, or Geralt. I don't know how you pronounce it. Whatever.
Geralt.
Sure. And it seemed like people were happy. I'm not so happy. I'm not a big Henry Cavill fan overall,
everybody was happy but you. From my Twitter side, everybody was happy but Kevin.
I'm happy they're making a Witcher Netflix series. I'm just not happy about who they chose. Not that I can say, I could pick somebody better. Okay, this is not a factor. Have you seen him? The character?
Brian yells out,
who? Brian. I was going to say, poor Brian.
Not you, Brian. Don't worry about it.
If the production costs are good, that could be a big hit.
Right. So yeah, they announced Henry Cavill, and then like right away they announced like, yep, we're actually working on this, and it's coming out in 2019, so it'll be out soon, soonish. You know, much like the pocket version of Final Fantasy on Switch. It'll be out soon.
Carol's on board. Henry Cavill's hot.
I'm not watching it. I'm just saying that when he got announced as Superman the first time, I was like, "Hello, who's this?"
Hello.
Yeah, and then he
Did you watch those Superman movies?
I actually like Man of Steel. I did not watch anything after Man of Steel though. But I think he's a perfect Clark Kent. You got to be kidding me. He's like the face.
He's got the look.
Yeah.
He's got the look. That's about it. But anyway, I won't pick on that. But yeah, that's coming out. That's exciting. We've seen it. So we've now seen what Castlevania has the Netflix series. Witcher's getting a Netflix series.
Hmm.
We've heard numerous times the rumored Legend of Zelda one that's been like, it's coming, no, it's not, it's coming, no, it's coming. So I don't know. I'd love to see it, but it's good to see these
Nintendo is not going to call.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that. I'm more afraid of it than excited for it. Like, I think there's bigger room to fail than succeed.
I agree, because number one, you can't have Link talk, so that's just going to make for an awkward.
You can't have him talk. It's just
you could have a silent protagonist.
You can.
No. Because here's the thing, if they ever make Link talk, and I know it's a sore subject, especially with Coach Mo, if they ever make Link talk, the voice will not be right for somebody or for a majority of people. Because you picture it in your head one way, and if he doesn't sound that way, you're instantly going to be like, for the last 30 years, he was supposed to sound like this, and now it's not right. Exactly.
Mold, yeah.
You better off just leaving it. Let everybody else talk around him. I'm fine with that. You know,
I'd rather them do like something with Resident Evil than that. But you know, Henry Cavill was in the Count of Monte Cristo, Kevin.
Yeah, he is in the Count of Monte Cristo.
Count of Monte Cristo is amazing.
That was a good movie.
That's a good movie.
I kind of forgot he was.
Maybe they'll have a Legend of Zelda kind of morbid, and he's had his tongue cut out or something.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's going all Game of Thrones on folks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's just it, dude. It's freaking
Ganon cut out Link's tongue.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right.
Yeah, he could have had. I mean, if you're gonna make it grisly and for mature audiences, go
that was
for
the
it.
thing. It was rumored it was going to be live action, and I'd much rather them like go animated or something.
I wouldn't mind anime. I wouldn't mind an anime, but the problem is with live action stuff, it's easier, especially this day and age. Drawing 2D animation is just ridiculously hard, and that's why everybody does 3D. But I've seen too many of my anime franchises fall by the wayside with the live action.
I wonder like how much the internet will hate whoever they cast as Link and Zelda.
Everybody will.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like,
it doesn't matter
the voice, no matter what the voice is.
Everybody will be like, "Oh no, I hate this person."
Yeah,
exactly. All right, so shifting gears here, Humble Bundle's monthly service is getting a heavy hitter for October's bundle. Overwatch is coming to the Humble Bundle for October. So for $12 a month, Humble Monthly will get a rotating bundle of PC games, usually between 8 and 10 titles when it's all said and done. A full roster of games is kept a secret until the first Friday of that month, when they'll gain access to the full bundle. So unlike Game Pass, which is a monthly subscription, these games are yours forever. So you can go in and just basically get Overwatch plus 7 other games this month for $12. So yes, Overwatch has been on sale numerous times for like $19.99, but the game does currently retail for $40, and it is still insanely popular. We're getting the Overwatch League is setting to come back, adding, I believe it was 8 new teams. Like, this is big. It's not going away, guys. So even if you're not into Overwatch, you have to acknowledge that this is not going away. What's on year 3, and now it's got its own E-League, adding teams, adding franchises, which is insane. But this is your chance to jump in and experience some of that for only $12. And as they frequently say on Flux to Pose, since Lucas gets all of his games via Humble Monthly, use code FLUX for absolutely no savings.
There you go.
Go ahead and do that right now.
When do we get Overwatch 2?
It's not gonna.
I don't know if you need to.
Not anytime
That's the thing.
soon.
It's weird because Overwatch's formula is very similar as far as like updates and releases as like Splatoon. Yeah. Whereas technically you never really needed to do a sequel. You could, well, I mean, in this case you did because we changed generations, but as long as the generation is still relevant, I mean, they continue to add characters, they continue to add stages, so you don't really need to do it too.
Yeah, I can see them taking it a World of Warcraft approach where they add expansions to it, you know, like a Cataclysm or Mist of Pandaria type thing. But I don't, like, it's not like Team Fortress. You know, Team Fortress, the original one was just not memorable at all, and then they rehashed it, became Team Fortress 2, and then it was the bomb. So I think if it's not broke, don't fix it type thing. Why is it need a sequel?
I agree. And they do microtransactions in the best way possible. I think a lot of people say too that it's cosmetic stuff. They've done skins that have all the proceeds have gone to benefit like breast cancer. They've done stuff like that. I mean, Overwatch has been, whether you like it or not, or into it or not, it's been a good, if not great thing for the video game industry and just community, I think there. And keep in mind, like all Humble bundles, whether it's monthly or just the bundles that they do, a portion of every sale goes to charity. So this month, for October with the Overwatch one, which is probably going to be a huge month, if not their biggest monthly bundle, goes to Make-A-Wish Foundation. So it's awesome there too. So Overwatch doing good things for people.
Yep.
Last bit of news I got. This one kind of caught me off guard this morning, and then Kyle had corrected us that It already exists on PlayStation. Remastered Lego Harry Potter collection is coming to Xbox One and Switch. Both arriving October 30th, includes all DLC and both games, because Lego Harry Potter was released years 1 through 4, and then 5 through 7 as two separate things. This week was one. I can almost guarantee, the way things seem to be going for Switch, that the second one will be download only or some other nonsense, the way they've been doing things.
Sure.
But yeah, it includes everything, dropping October 30th. So I did play part of years 1 through 4. And Lego Harry Potter was weird because at the time that it came out, I believe almost all the movies were out, if not all the movies were out, and they went back and did years 1 through 4 in Lego form. But this was before they started doing the voice acting in the Lego games. You play a Lego game now and it's like fully voice acted, but Lego Star Wars and stuff like that back in the day, they were just like silent, and it was like a lot of like miming almost things, and like, it was physical gags as opposed to any jokes, like Lego City Undercover is and stuff like that. That's much better now. So me being a massive Harry Potter fan, knowing my wife would love to play these games through, I'm kind of torn because I do want to get it, which I'll obviously just get on PlayStation at the point because it'd be way cheaper than this release would be, most likely. But I don't know if it's going to be too rough to come back to. So that's kind of where I'm torn there. But I know, Donnie, you and your family enjoy the Lego games. Is there anything you guys would be interested in picking up on the Switch?
No,
No.
because we don't do Lego. We don't do Harry Potter at all. And maybe soon we will. My daughter's probably about that age where she should start getting. I don't know if that's her thing. She's not really into like the fantasy stuff. But it's not, like I've said in the past, it's not because we don't want to. It's just she never have. There's no like anti Harry Potter here, just never got it, never got into it, never, the opportunity never surfaced. But, Switch ports are coming. And it seems like we're getting ports everything. Like, we have no idea. Like, after this direct comes and you give it another month or two, there's no telling. I was just thinking while you were talking about that, I wonder if that Saints Row information might be in that direct. I never actually thought of that leading up to that, but they never gave us a date or anything. They just said soon. That might be something that could be sooner than we think. I don't know, but
that's true. And I mean, and this could have even been in this direct because this is coming end of October.
Smart on them, man. If I was a video game developer, if I had a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360 game, I'd be porting that bad boy to Switch 2 right now. Like, if I had any game of any merit and success, I'd be porting that thing over as fast as possible. So good for them. Good business.
Hey, Carol, is this one you're going to pick up?
I've never played a Lego game, and
ever?
No.
Oh, you've got to stream Lego City Undercover. That's got to happen.
That's one of the games. That's one of the games that I want to get because it did come out for Wii U, and I was looking at it, and it's got a bunch of Nintendo stuff in it.
Super funny.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I mean, like I laughed at the Lego Movie trailer. I don't know if anything is similar between the games and the movie.
Lego Movie is funnier, but this is in the same vein. Like, it's jokey like that. Like, they're very tongue in cheek.
I mean, I've seen stuff from the Harry Potter Lego stuff. It's cute. It's like a cutesy version of it. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan as well. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like something I would pick up.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know. If it's like a re-showing of the movies and stuff, so many of the movies ruined the books for me. Or like, it's just that part. I prefer to read the books as opposed to watching the movies. So.
Sure, that makes sense. They, from what I remember, like I said, I only played 1 through 4. They kind of play through the story a little bit. Obviously, they take a lot of liberties being a Lego game and much of abridged versions of the movies. But they just go through the story, like how it's going to end.
So that's how like the Star Wars and Jurassic Parks do. Like they just kind of
Yeah, so I mean, I can understand that. I just don't know what it is right now with the Harry Potter stuff. Like, it's seeing, not that it's really ever gone away, but we're seeing a massive resurgence. Like, Target has like Harry Potter sections now, like where it's just like everything from T-shirts to mugs, and like all of a sudden it just seems like a big boom in all this. And then this announcement, I'm like, what is going on? And we know we're getting the
Fantastic
the next Fantastic Beasts movie, but they're not tied to the old Harry Potter stuff.
No, they're not. I'm excited for that though. Like, I really love that Jude Law is coming in that movie. And Johnny Depp.
Jude Law. It's about Johnny Depp. Forget Jude Law.
I don't know. Johnny Depp's the man.
He is. He's insane.
It's just Caroline Eye Candy episode.
No, he doesn't look good in this movie.
I don't like Johnny Depp like that.
He's no Henry Cavill. Got it.
She likes him, but she doesn't like him.
No. Something about the bright blue eyes. The bright blue eyes is what gets me.
Oh, dude 47 in the chat saying he's just gonna lurk, but now I just called him out, so now he can't lurk.
It's okay. He can
What's up, dude?
Dude, that's for Sean Capri because he said he came in here to hear me say dude.
He left a long time ago. Sean's too busy.
I know.
He's putting Link to bed or something. I don't know. He's in a weird time zone thing. I don't know. But that's all I got for news, guys. So I don't know if you had anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this whole shebang up for this week.
No, I think it's been, we would have had more to talk about Nintendo-wise probably, but
yeah, no,
fair enough.
I'm just
it's been a little bit of a slow week, so we'll see what happens next week. So yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's plug where people can find us and whatever you want to mention there. Donnie, why don't you go first?
Yeah, you can find me over on Twitter at Playing Nintendo. Follow all of our Twitter accounts over there at PSVG, at PSVGOT, at PSXP podcast, or whatever their Twitter handle is, at State of the Empire, whatever it is. We had OT started their Twitter account today. And so PSVG's Twitter account, we retweet all of those folks. So now all of our shows have their own Twitter handles. Make sure you follow them all. Board with Video Games, PSXP, Empire, all that jazz. Check out the blog, psvg.blog. That's got the Discord link. You can join the Discord and come chat with us. And tell a friend about the show. Super excited, man.
There you go.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. So, and as Donnie mentioned, as we talked about at the top of the show, in case you're just tuning in the live stream now, we encourage everyone to hop on that Patreon train if you're not already there, or consider changing your donations amount, because we do want to bring our shows to their own individual feed, which that whole Twitter thing is part of that process. They're prepping in anticipation of being able to promote their product out to the masses, all thanks to the Patreon power. Caroline, where can people find you and what you are up to?
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, The Nintendame. I stream daily on Twitch, 3:30 to 5:30, and not on Saturdays during college football season, but on Sundays for a good amount of time. You can find me on the Nintendo Shack every Thursday night, pretty much, unless some weird thing happens and I can't make it. But, I'm not completely absent like Jason Lacey. Then you can find me and Kevin. We just recorded a new Arcadia Academia, which is going to be coming out next week, I believe.
Well, so, if you're listening to the podcast, it'll be out this Wednesday. But yeah,
this Wednesday. Okay. So yeah, Wednesday the 12th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So if you're interested in The Sims, PC gaming in general, you might want to listen. We'll school you on some Sim stuff. Other than that, that's about it. Come say hey.
Cool. You can find me at PSVG Kevin. I too am trying to stream when I can. I'm only doing the early morning shift and later at night shift to not interfere with Caroline, because she'll crush me with her massive amounts of viewers that make her consider leaving podcasting. As Donnie said.
Boy, y'all are both just gonna.
Sorry, I had to say it. But yeah, you can listen to Nintendo Nostalgia if you haven't already, and their latest episode featuring Earthbound has me on it, of course. Who else would they reach out to for something like that? That was planned like a year ago. We talked about, hey, whenever you guys get to Earthbound, you need to call me.
They just book you out like way in advance.
Speaking of Earthbound, Kevin, have you not played Undertale?
No, we've already been over this. I haven't played Undertale.
Nobody has.
Are you going to be getting it for the Switch?
Yes. I don't know if it's going to be right away, because I still have to get through South Park. I still need to finish Octopath, which I'm slacking big time on.
Good luck.
But I do want to get it. The only thing with Undertale that has taking me away from it, and I talked about this a little bit on the Earthbound episode, was the fact that everyone keeps saying Undertale is so reminiscent of Earthbound turns me off to it, because every game that they've said, oh, it's heavily inspired by Earthbound, has been craptastic, including that Citizens of Earth game that they were like saying.
I remember that.
I promise you, as a fan of Earthbound and as somebody who loves Undertale, they did a good job. Toby Fox created Earthbound inspired, he took Earthbound elements and made fan games and stuff, and so that led to this.
So I will get to it eventually. Not sure how soon, but I will definitely play it. I just poke fun of you for you thinking everybody has played it, and while many people have played it, just nobody in our circle has played it because it hasn't hit consoles where it was effective. Like, I know it's on PS4, but I just don't think that type of game plays well on that type of console, whereas the Switch is a much better fit for it, to be honest.
Yes, agreed.
I'll be excited for that. But yeah, hit up Nintendo Nostalgia. I'm on the latest Earthbound episode. PSVG.blog. Donnie plugged everything else, so he saved me some time there. So yeah, that's it for this week, everybody. Tune in next week for more amazing content. And remember, head over to patreon.com/makeusbetter. But most importantly, we ask, as always, that you folks never stop gaming.